Hello again. The main stories in London now. And the family of Zara, Alina, who was murdered while walking home in Ilford, have held a silent vigil to mark the one-year anniversary of her death. The 35-year-old law graduate was assaulted and killed as she walked home from a night out. Jordan McSweeney is serving a life sentence after being jailed for her murder. Anna Geary was at Valentine's Park in Ilford for today's vigil.
Retracing the final footsteps of Zara Alina. Hundreds finished the journey that she could not. It's been a year since the 35-year-old law graduate was killed. She was walking home from a night out in Ilford when she was beaten to death.
She was a proponent for justice, and she was, our bird song in our home and the laughter. A deep void has been left in our lives since her loss.
Those attending the silent vigil wore white to symbolise purity and starting again. The colour is also worn by mourners in Asian communities.
So it's also a day for us to really redouble our efforts to reduce and then end violence against women and girls. My wife and daughter are here with me because but for the grace of God, it could be them.
And on the night Zara was murdered, her killer targeted others. Jordan McSweeney had been released from prison days before his fatal attack. An inspection into the probation service found failures meant he was wrongly classified as a medium risk. 1 year on, and there are fears change is not coming quickly enough.
Zara's killer should never have been out on the streets, able to target her that night. So I think those failings that we've seen police, probation acknowledge, we need to now see that they are doing things differently. It doesn't feel like much has changed on the ground, however, and women's organisations are still seeing so much violence, so much abuse.
But amid her heartbreak, Zara's Aunt Farah has hope. Tomorrow she will meet Justice Secretary Alex Chalk as she fights to foster an end towards violence against women and girls.
What's important is that we walk towards a vision. The bottom line is women and girls need to have the freedom to walk the streets.
A freedom she will keep on marching for. Anna Geary, ITV News, Ilford.
A London charity that supports children's neonatal units was joined by former patients and staff today to raise money for their work. The Cosmic charity, which helps families at St Mary's Hospital in Paddington and Queen Charlotte's in Hammersmith, walked from Paddington Recreation Ground to Edgware Road to raise money and awareness for their work. They say the funds raised are vital to their success.
We need to, keep the funding coming in. We need to make sure that every family that comes to St Mary's Hospital or Queen Charlotte's Hospital, we can support in any way that they need us to. To keep doing what we want to do, we do need funding, and we will always try and help families whenever, however they need us to.
The Metropolitan Police say they're struggling to cope with record numbers of emergency calls. It comes only hours after a technical fault caused the 999 service to go down across the country. The Met has urged people to only call if there's a real emergency or a danger to life. The Princess of Wales has paid a visit to Wimbledon for a behind-the-scenes look at the work that goes into the event. The Princess, who is the patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, played against the 8-time champion Roger Federer and watched a training session of aspiring ball boys and ball girls. The championships begin next Monday. And finally, Sir Elton John is set to give his final UK performance at Glastonbury Festival this evening. The Rocket Man singer, who is from Pinner, will end the UK leg of his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour at Worthy Farm and has picked 4 secret performers to join him on stage. Events kick off at 9 o'clock tonight. Now, it's been a weekend of scorching weather with temperatures reaching 31 degrees in the capital. Let's get a full look at the forecast now with Aisling.
Whatever the weather, it always feels like home. Vaillant Heat Pumps and Boilers sponsor ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there and a very good evening to everyone at home. Well, it's certainly been very warm and humid today. Change on the way though as we head through this evening. Something fresher on the way and a slight change in how it's going to feel out there next week. The Atlantic starting to push in some weather fronts, so bringing some showers day on day. However, high pressure always close by. You can see it here just to the south. So there are going to be good spells of dry weather as well. But overall, temperatures dropping back to where we would expect for the time of year. So that will feel, relatively speaking, a little bit fresher. As we head through this evening though and overnight, it is staying dry, and by tomorrow morning temperatures dropping back to around 13 degrees Celsius. So if you have found it difficult to sleep, potentially a more comfortable night's sleep tonight. So we start off tomorrow morning with good spells of sunshine around, and through Monday you will see a little bit of cloud bubbling up, but overall we are expecting a dry day. And just look at those maximum temperatures dropping back around 9 degrees, so highs tomorrow of around 24 degrees Celsius. Now, as we head from Monday into Tuesday, we are going to hang on to some dry weather, but eventually some showers pushing in on Tuesday evening. And then we've got warm, very humid night to come from Tuesday night into the early hours of Wednesday morning.
Valent Heat Pumps and Boilers sponsor ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
Well, we're just coming through the peak of the grass pollen season, and the pollen count is expected to stay high through Monday, but it should drop back to low on Tuesday and on Wednesday as well. Take care. Bye-bye.
And that is all from us for now. Have a very good evening. Bye-bye.